Good morning and welcome to this meeting of the Frederick County Delegation. We will call the meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Thank you. And I think you've got this. You've got the stream. One nation under God. And you've got the stream feeding back. You'll have to turn that volume off.
It's just, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's an echo.
And I think you've got this. You've got the stream. One nation under God. And you've got the stream feeding.
I know. I'm trying to deal with it.
It's just, yeah, there's an echo.
And I think you've got this. You've got that stream. One nation under God. And you've got the stream feeding.
I know. I'm trying to deal with it.
Just need to turn the stream volume off.
I know. I'm trying to deal with it.
Or you can mute yourself.
I know. I'm trying to deal with it.
Or mute yourself. There we go. All right. Back in business. It says the first order of business is the approval of the delegation letter.
Could you be more specific? Which letter?
The delegation letter, HB 1017. I think it's your bill that you
Okay.
were requesting support for.
Yeah, just to refresh everybody's memory, this came about as a request from our county health department, in particular, Andrea Walker, who heads up mental and behavioral health, looking for another tool in the toolkit to help those with severe mental illness that are going untreated, because for the most part, they don't recognize they have a problem. 45 other states allow this. Obviously, Maryland is not one of them. Because it's a new program, we would like to test it as a pilot in Frederick County. We believe we have the right infrastructure for treating mental illness to be able to do it. Our county exec supports it. And because it would be a pilot only in Frederick County, I thought it's pretty important to have delegation support. And by the way, Senator Huff is the cross-filer, and he actually put this bill in 2014. And I think it's even more important today because we all know, along with our coronavirus pandemic, we have a mental health pandemic as well.
Delegate Silberti, if it's okay with you, I'll continue to chair through this agenda item and then.
No, go right ahead. That's fine. I'm sorry about that. We had a little problem getting in.
Okay,
You're okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess we should have a motion and a second before we discuss. Delegate Pippi.
Did they do the?
I'll make a motion to, I guess, a letter, and then I have some discussion. So a motion to, I guess, the letter support.
Delegation letter.
Right,
And
do
real
we
quick,
have
Delegate Silverti, you need to mute your,
I got it.
okay.
do we have a second? Oh, Senator Young seconds. Okay, Delegate Pippi, discussion.
So this is great. I love the idea of tackling mental health. You know, I've done some stuff with that in the past. Is there a fiscal note generated yet, or I haven't seen it? I try to look for it. But.
You know, you'd never get it until a day before the hearing, and the hearing is the week after next. Obviously, we will probably have to look for local money, and I'm hoping to get some federal money allocated to this as well. I know in terms of our Congressman Trone, mental health is a major priority.
We should definitely hit up Trone, and he's on the appropriations committee, and so good. Okay, well, yeah, I'm happy to support it. So,
Any other discussion? Delegate Lewis Young, I have a question. How long is this pilot last?
That's a good question. I would think at least 2 to 3 years.
There's nothing in the bill?
I don't think we define it in the bill, but if necessary, we can put that in. It takes a while to get it up and going and to collect any kind of significant data. So if we have to put a timeline on it, I would go for 3 years.
And what would your metrics be for efficacy to determine whether the
Success rate, I don't know if you all got a chance to look at the handout, but we've been able to obtain some national data in terms of this program helping individuals reduce addiction, homelessness, jail time, satisfaction, and the numbers are really high. The people have gone through it have had over 90% satisfaction rates. So I would use some of the same metrics that are already being used nationally and hope that our experience would be similar. So we do have benchmark information to compare it against.
and this is court ordered?
Yes, it is court ordered. Yes. However, the individual has the right, and it's court ordered based on experiences, not a one-time incident, but a pattern of going to the emergency room, maybe even being sent to jail. So quite a pattern needs to be documented. However, the individual also has an option of being assigned a public defender if they want to fight it. So we're not, taking away individual rights. You've got the right to resist and have representation.
Thank you. Welcome, Delegate Cox. We're discussing Delegate Lewis Young's bill HB 1017. I see you have your hand up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and apologies, I missed the 8:20. I thought it was 8:30, so that's my fault. I haven't been able to hear the discussion. That sounded like Delegate Pippi had some issues that were maybe cleared up. I have a couple issues I wanted to just clarify briefly about the bill. First of all, the fact that it says any person. I don't know if this has been addressed, so forgive me if these issues have already been addressed. But it says any person who has a legitimate interest, at least 18 years old, who has a legitimate interest in the welfare of the respondent. That seems incredibly broad, particularly when you consider family law situations that many times have individuals with differing interests or concerns. I know, for instance, in my other hat, my other practice, sometimes there'll be a power of attorney who has the legal interest, and yet the sibling will have zero power of attorney because the parent, while they were competent, did not want that sibling having an interest. But yet, under this bill, it looks like this gives them standing to challenge. Is there any discussion or thought about that, first of all?
Well, any family member can recommend it. So, for example, I could say, I think my husband needs help. However, that's not enough. There has to be a continuous, documented series of behaviors to justify it. So if you have a family dispute, yes, that person could recommend it or suggest it, but it's not going to go on their word. There are going to be some pretty strict criteria as to what constitutes a pattern of potentially dangerous behavior.
Okay, and then the other, so I would be cautious myself with that. But then the other question was that the court may order the treatment for someone based upon the clear and convincing standard if the respondent has a mental disorder. Now, in my practice, also my other hat, this is always the battle in court. When you have a legal interest of a person, a family member who's been granted the power of attorney, fighting with some other family member who has not expressly been granted any interest, one party is almost always claiming that the other party has a mental disorder of some kind. And so you end up with this battle of the experts. It doesn't seem to speak to that issue. How would the court determine a mental disorder?
In the bill, a psychiatrist has to certify that there's a mental disorder.
But how would that happen apart from a court order? Because if the power of attorney is refusing a submission, the other party is forcing the petition in court, you can't get there's no lawful entity to get that psychiatrist review until you get a court order. But this says you can't get a court order until you have that. I'm just a little confused as to how that would actually play out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to consult the experts on this. We've been working with a man that's implemented it in a number of states. He helped write the bill based on best practices. I'm not sure which comes first, but I do recall in the bill that a psychiatrist has to certify that the individual has severe mental illness.
Okay. Well, I'll probably vote no, not because I don't, I do understand, Delegate Lewis Young, the concerns, and you and Senator Huff have properly pointed them out. I think there are needs, but I don't know that I don't know that I'm ready to sign on to this one, but thank you.
Yeah. I just want to say that the alternative is many of these people that would be affected by this bill, if we don't offer this option, many of them are homeless, living in the streets, or in jail, or circling in and out of hospital emergency rooms.
And I'll just echo, obviously, courts make these kinds of decisions all the time. They make decisions on commitment. And given that it's a clear and convincing, that's a very high standard. Remember, the courts already have the power to involuntarily commit somebody. This is not involuntary commitment. This is assisted outpatient treatment. And unfortunately, I understand the battle between civil liberties and then getting people care. Unfortunately, the ACLU side won this battle a long time ago to the point where it's very, very difficult to get someone involuntarily committed in Maryland. So if you've ever had a family member who's seriously mentally ill, and these aren't people that are false allegations. These are people that are primarily schizophrenic and who are in a danger to themselves or others. And in Maryland, they made it this, basically, they view it like almost an imminent danger. So it's so difficult to get somebody committed. So I think courts deal with this all the time. The clear and convincing is very high standard. And if we don't do something, that's all. A lot of the problems we see, the petty crimes and the quality of life issues, a lot of the homelessness, things we're talking about in Frederick, things like that, it's also driven by this, people who are mentally ill. So this is just trying to get them in treatment. Obviously, we'll get a lot of pushback from having done this before and failed. The ACLU and the public defenders will come in. And so we'll have a very robust discussion on civil liberties. I assure you of that.
Any further discussion?
Okay. Well, thank you, Delegate Kerr, for pinch hitting. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second, Delegate Siliberti. I'll turn the gavel over to you.
All right. Motion and second. Discussion? Further comments? All in favor? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? One. All right. Jesse, Delegate Pippy, was your hand in favor?
Yeah, it was up. My black screen was
Okay.
and it was an aye.
Motion's passed. Thank you. Next order of business. We are looking at, well, basically any further discussion on this at all, comments, so we move on.
Ready to move on. We're on agenda item 4, review of the
Number
last
4,
meeting.
review of the meeting of the minutes. That's correct. We have a motion to deal with these minutes.
Move to
February
approve the minutes.
21. Let's approve the minutes, February 21. Yes.
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor, aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The
I'm gonna-
minutes are approved.
Abstain just because I wasn't there, for the record.
That'll work. Yes. Unanimous except one abstain, which is Delegate Pippy. Correct. All right. We're at Roman numeral 5, presentation by DLS policy analyst Valerie Monroe. An overview of the state aid to local government. Ms. Monroe, are you with us today? This
I don't
morning?
believe she's in the room yet. She's scheduled for 8:45, I believe.
Okay, that's one more minute according to my watch, but we'll hold on.
We can move ahead to new business.
If you wish, yes. Any new business that you would like to propose at this point? Delegate Cox, anything on your fertile mind for this? New business? Don't want to put you on the spot, young man. That's all right. Any other new business? Senator Huff? No?
Mr. Chairman, we have members from the county executive's office and the president of the county council. We could see if they have anything that they would like to say today.
That would be, yeah. Public comment? Yes, indeed.
Anything from the council president?
Frederick County? No? Negative. Okay, thank you. Got it. Anyone else wish to comment? Very quiet group today. Must be the weather. Okay. Well, yes, Senator.
I'm going to have to leave. I thought we scheduled this for a 10-minute meeting for that one item, and I have another meeting. So I have to go.
All right. Well, we're still waiting for Valerie Monroe. What else should we be discussing at this point?
Mr. Chair, I have a question before they go.
Yes, Delegate Pippy.
How many more meetings do we have scheduled?
Well, I have the chart in the office and I'm in my room. So 225, if my memory's correct, was the last meeting that we had established. 225,
Okay.
which is us. So as the issues dictate, we'll have further meetings, obviously. But right now, there's nothing on the books. But you'll be
Curious, thank you.
alerted. Yes. You'll be alerted.
Don't we have a meeting with members of the federal delegation?
We do. That's true. That one is set up. Well, the one today, 18th, is with Valerie Monroe, and then the other is the 25th with our congressman. Yes, you're correct. Thank you for that, Delegate Pippy. To repeat, the next one is the 25th with our congressman. All right.
I think that date's off.
Say again?
I think that's the wrong date. Today's the 25th.
The congressman, it must be in March. We'll have to check that. Thank you,
It's in March.
Delegate Cox. It's in March, my fault. All right. Well, very quiet group.
It's early.
Early, rainy, and whatever, and under the weather. So any other new business? To open it up then for more public comments, if any.
Just an update on the House Bill 1234, the liquor bill. We heard from the liquor distributors that that they think the residency issue was resolved, and that we still have differing opinions on whether the resident agent is required, and they may have clarifying amendment they want to offer. I have meeting with Nick Manis coming up. Delegate Pippi, would you like to also be in that meeting?
Happy to.
All right,
But I'll be sure you get the Zoom information.
all right, we've got 2 appointment on that. Delegates Kerr and Delegate Pippi. Okay, we're in good hands with that.
Other than that, I think we've had all the delegation bill here. Oh, we have the Senator Young, since you're back, can we coordinate on the forestry bill?
Sure. Right now, there's one of the other meetings I had and it's been canceled. Right now, Mako and the county are working out a small difference. And they feel they're going to get it worked out, and that's basically what we're waiting on.
My hearing is next Wednesday.
Mine's next week too.
I guess I need to be brought up to speed so I can get the testimony ready.
Well, the county asked for it, and they're working with, I guess, Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and on a concern from Mako. And they feel they're going to work that out. And as soon as they work it out, we did it for them. If they're happy, I'm happy. So I'm waiting to hear.
Do you have any idea who's going to serve on your panel?
There isn't a panel.
Just sponsor only?
They're working it out between them.
Okay.
All right,
And do you have an update on the briefing?
I've sent Valerie a link and she's working remotely, so I called over there and they're gonna get her on the phone or on this.
Okay.
I do have, while we're sitting around here, I do have something that's coming up that's kind of a local issue. I'm trying to work through. There's a bill, I'm not sure if the House has moved it yet. In the Senate, it's on the floor now. I've had it special ordered a couple times. It's Senate Bill 381. And specifically those of us in District 4, but I know at one point the delegation went up to the Catoctin Zoo. Long story short, there's a bill dealing with animal parts and ivory and all this stuff, but the Baltimore Zoo got themselves exempted. And I'm trying to get an amendment to have the Catoctin Zoo exempted. Basically, the reason is that if they get taxidermied animals or things like that, they display them for the kids and use them in their educational program. So I'm just trying to get the Catoctin Zoo to have the same treatment as the Baltimore City Zoo. It's kind of complex. There are different associations. The Catoctin Zoo is under the ZAA. I think the Baltimore City Zoo is under the AZA, but I'm working on that on the floor. If you all have that bill come through the House, you might want to look for that as well.
Is that an amendment that you're trying to get onto a bill?
Yeah, the bill actually, it slipped by me. It's on third reading, so we keep special ordering it. So I'm trying to get the bill. I'm trying to work with the sponsors on it, but I'm not sure where that's at in the House. It's Senator Smith's bill in the Senate, 381. I'm sure there's a cross file. So I'm not sure if I'll be successful or not, but I wanted to bring that to all y'all's attention too. So maybe you can try to get it on in the House.
any other observations, comments? And what's the status again of Valerie Monroe? Trying to get her on the phone, correct? All right.
Senator Huff, is that a zoo issue something that we could work out in conference?
Oh yeah, of course. He worked out someplace. So I'm trying to get, today I'm gonna have the ZAA Association talk to Senator Smith is what I'm trying to get done. So look, I don't think it won't shut down their zoo or anything else like that. But I think we should be cognizant. There's been a battle between these associations and things over the years. And so I'm just trying to make sure that the Catoctin Zoo is always on equal footing as the others. And interestingly enough, they're the only ZAA certified registered member in our whole state is the Catoctin Zoo. So.
All right. And we wait patiently.
I don't know, David, while we're waiting here, does that bill 381, does that have a cross file?
Let me check. Senate Bill 381 does have a cross file. It's House Bill 52.
And has it moved?
Let's see. Doesn't look like it. No.
I don't think so.
What committee is it in?
It's in ENT.
Okay.
There you
I
go.
didn't think we've heard it yet because anything animal related is on my radar. And I don't think I would have.
Well, it's in ENT, so that's, isn't that Kerr and Ciliberti? Isn't that your committee?
Birdie, I'm on HGO.
We haven't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
There you go, Barry. Watch out for that bill.
Had its hearing on the 19th of January and nothing's happened since.
Antennae will be up. Okay. Well, we're fast approaching 8 minutes to 9 here. Any other comments or concerns? Any other issues down the road we should be aware of? Crystal balls now being activated.
Chair Silberti,
Ma'am.
I just wanted to share that the meeting with Trone is on March 18th.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Louis Young, delegate. Okay, anything else? While
I
we
got
wait,
something. I don't know if it's
Delegate Pippy.
timely or not, but I co-sponsored that restraint bill, which I believe Eric Ebersol put in the House. I know that Senator Huff co-sponsored the Senate bill in the Senate. I would make a motion that as a delegation, we send a letter of support for both bills, the cross files, and I don't know where they are in the process, but if they haven't already voted, we could send that letter of support from our county. You know, that if
I'm
you
a
guys are-
co-sponsor also.
Oh, good.
I'm a co-sponsor.
Is it a statewide bill?
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
I know it is. Zucker is the cross filer because I was going to put the bill in myself. And I called Zucker and he told me Ebersol was doing it already.
I mean, look, it's just a formality, but it'd be nice to have if we, as a delegation, we support it, given that, it was pretty prevalent in Frederick. We've gotten the black eye, around the state about it. So
Last week,
Go ahead, Senator Huff.
oh, sorry. I thought we were echoing. All right. So Leah, last week we had a discussion on this and Senator Young brought up the point, if it's a statewide bill, we should just circulate a letter and sign on versus voting on it because, and I agreed with that. Senator Young didn't want us to start spending a lot of time debating statewide bills and delegation. So
but you guys talked about it last week.
yeah, and the other two bills that we agreed to do this, though, we agreed to circulate a letter and sign on for the bill dealing with the firefighters, and I can't remember the other one, but it was going to be individually led. So I think that's kind of what we decided to do. So if you want to circulate a letter, delegate, and people can sign on as they want.
Yeah. All right.
Who would be in charge of that? Delegate Pippy?
right.
Yeah, I guess I've all
Just nominated him.
Yeah, I'll generate something and then I'll send it out.
Good. Thank you,
And
Delegate.
do we have an update about Valerie?
Valerie Monroe? Yeah, what is the update?
Well, I know I'm voting in 5 minutes, so I'm going to have to
Yeah,
call it a day here.
I think we might have to let this go.
Yeah, I think so.
I've just talked with her and she's getting on as well as her boss, I believe. So
Senators have to leave.
I sent them the link. I just talked with her and she's getting.
All right, well, I gotta go to committee, so good luck, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, well, how much longer do we have here before she arrives?
I have to head out because of the navigating the roads here. I think we have a floor session at 11, right?
Yes.
So I apologize. I'm going to have to, we've got freezing rain. I'm not sure if I can hang on any longer. It's going to take a while to drive in.
Right. Okay. I'm of the opinion that we should forestall this and have Valerie Monroe come before us at our next meeting. I see it's a landslide issue here.
Yeah, I'll second that.
I appreciate it. All in favor? Signify aye or
Aye.
hands. Anybody opposed? Okay, well, that's that. Valerie Monroe will come before us at our next meeting. Any other business?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second. So be it. We are adjourned. All in favor, aye. All opposed, nay. Yep, David.
Nope, I was just, goodbye. Have a
We're
good
in
weekend,
close.
everybody.
Gotcha. All right, folks, thank you very much. Carry on.